Have you ever wondered why, for the past 5 years, Singapore was dubbed the most expensive city in the world? Well, the city surpassed New York, Los Angeles, London, and Paris, to name a few. And in this video, you are about to discover why Singapore is the most expensive city in the world. Now, as we deliver the goods, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Singapore wasn't always the glorious city that it is right now. The city was just once a sleepy fishing village that defied the odds to transform it into the first world metropolis. Singapore was once called Pulau Chung, in Chinese meaning the island at the end of the peninsula. During the 14th century, this small island earned a new name. Legends say a prince from Palembang, Sang Nila Utama, was out hunting when he saw an animal he had never seen before. Thinking it as a good sign, he then founded a city where he saw the animal, naming it the Lion City, or Singapura, from the Sanskrit word Simha, lion, and Pura, city, hence Singapore. With its location at the tip of the Malay Peninsula, the natural meeting point of sea routes, the city thrived as a trading post for vessels such as Chinese junks, Arab dhows, Portuguese battleships, and Bhutanese schooners. Only during the 19th century was the modern Singapore founded by Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles, who in this time was the lieutenant governor of Bencoolen, now Bengkulu, in Sumatra. He helped negotiate a treaty with local rulers and establish Singapore as a trading station. The city quickly grew as an intrapot trade hub, attracting immigrants from China, India, the Malay archipelago, and beyond. How did Singapore become the undefeated most expensive city in the world? Here's how. Since Singapore is somehow an exceptional place, a city, province, and country all within a single entity, it has a strong government that has directed the economy with a combination of light touch regulation and firm enforcement of its contracts. In effect, the city of Singapore serves as a magnet to international investment and all of the talent that follows. Historically, the domestic talent pool is simple, requiring the companies to import the skills they need by expatriating expensive foreigners, bringing with them their expensive taste of imported food and comfort. The high levels of foreign workers also adds up to the demand for luxurious accommodations in an already overcrowded island, further raising the living costs. 1/3 of the Singaporean workforce is mainly made up of foreign nationals, and that still ranks the city highly as a place to live, and consequently the expensive living costs in the city-state will be high for years to come. Because of this, Singapore was developed according to the expensive taste of the people living on the island, attracting not only its residents, but tourists as well, which contributed much in the country's economy, thus named the playground of the rich. Singapore is the home to some of the most expensive and luxurious facilities in the world, and a place that has an incredibly diverse range of dining options. This city is definitely a showstopper, especially if you want to impress someone. And for those who are lucky enough to have visited the city, it may not come as no surprise that the city is the most expensive city on earth. Singapore is always the ideal place to travel for tourists, and has always been present in every bucket list. Singapore offers a wide array of family-friendly attractions and fantastic public spaces that makes your stay in this futuristic city worthwhile. Not to mention the many luxurious hotels, fine dining restaurants, and amusement centers. If you are into something fancy, you may want to come and stay at the Marina Bay Sands, a resort complex that houses a mall with a running canal through it, the Art Science Museum, the Marina Bay Sands Sky Park observation deck, which is a vantage point for taking in the entire city, and of course the high-end luxury hotel that has a ship on top of it. Yes, a ship, where the infinity pool and the observation deck is located. From the Sky Park, you can see the state-of-the-art double helix bridge, the port, the gardens by the bay, 101 hectares of land converted into waterfront gardens, and the impressive skyline. The elegant opulence of Marina Bay Sands exemplifies Singapore's style and status as one of the major international cities in the world. Or if you are more of a history buff, Raffles Hotel Singapore is for you. Built in 1887, the property has served as a city landmark for well over a century and continues to live up to its Tony reputation with excellent food and service. This colonial building is one of the world's last grand 19th century hotels, once visited by literary luminaries such as Rudyard Kipling and Joseph Conrad, as well as the famous movie star Charlie Chaplin. It is named after Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles, the founder of Singapore, since this is the place where the latter is said to have stepped ashore in 1819. You will also find the Raffles landing site here. Another historic destination is the Clark Quay, the center for commerce during the 19th century. Clark Quay still continues to be a busy hub. After a long day or after checking nearby museums, Asian Civilization Museum, Civil Defense Heritage Gallery, located in Singapore's oldest fire station, or even from Hong San Si Temple, you can always head to Clark Quay for an evening of waterfront dining and entertainment. And if you really want to spoil yourself for a job well done, you can always visit the Orchard Road, a great place to start a shopping spree as there are high-end stores like Cartier, Dior, DKNY, and YSL, among others. You would expect nothing less from a neighborhood that boasts 22 malls and 6 department stores with 4 movie theaters, including an IMAX cinema and a KTV karaoke establishment. Plus, if you get hungry burning all of that cash, there are plenty of restaurants and cafes around. If you just want to get in touch with nature, there's Gardens by the Bay, a glimpse of this beautifully architectured green space on top of Marina Bay Sands. You won't be able to resist the visit. Bay East Garden is always perfect for enjoying the vibrant plant life and escaping the city bustle. Then the Super Tree Grove, which you don't want to miss, where you will find a cluster of the iconic futuristic structures designed to perform environmentally sustainable functions. Then go ahead and move on over to the Cloud Forest Dome to see the world's tallest indoor waterfall and learn a little bit about biodiversity. Or you can be in the Botanic Gardens. This UNESCO World Heritage nominee preserves and conserves Singapore's mature tree species. The city can sometimes feel like a concrete jungle, although a clean and comfortable one, but the garden preserves pieces of the city's wilder heritage that will take you back in time. Or if maybe you're an animal lover and you want to have a real-life encounter with some of your favorite wildlife, then you don't want to miss the Singapore Zoo, billing itself as the best rainforest zoo in the world. The place, that's pretty impressive. The facility is very clean and inviting. The animals are all treated well with plenty of lush vegetation and habitat space. And guests can observe feedings from some of the animals. And if this place isn't enough for your wildlife fix, there's also Night Safari, the world's first and a 12-time winner of the Best Attraction category awarded by Singapore Tourism Board. River Safari, including a giant panda forest and the Jurong Bird Park. Now, with so many options from land to air to water, you can try the Underwater World Aquarium, where you can swim with dolphins. It is located in Sentosa Island, an island resort off of Singapore's southern coast. Here you will find the famous merlion, a figure of a mythical creature that has the head of a lion and the body of a fish. It represents the city's humble beginnings as a fishing village, combined with its traditional Malay name Singapura, Lion City, and you can take an escalator to the top of the statue and enjoy the panoramic views of the surrounding area. And who would forget the world-renowned Universal Studios Singapore, Southeast Asia's first Universal Studios theme park, featuring 24 rides, shows, and attractions in 7 themed zones. It occupies 49 acres of Resorts World Sentosa. In addition to the park's rides and shows, it also has diverse dining options and shopping throughout the day and night. Now, Singapore is not the only most expensive city, but also has the most competitive city on the planet according to IMD Business School's annual rankings. Bloomberg even reported that the US dropped in 3rd in rank behind Singapore and Hong Kong from number 1 in 2018. The report analyzes 63 economies around the world based on 235 points, including unemployment, GDP, and corruption. Singapore's rise, according to IMD Business School, can be partially accredited to its technological infrastructure and commendatory immigration laws. Another report from Lena Battarags of Business Insider states that Singapore remained on top as an expensive city because of the cost of buying and running a car, with its government permits cost up to a shocking $37,000 a piece. Singapore is on track to follow Tokyo's lead, a city that was holding the number 1 spot for 12 years before Singapore surpassed it in 2014. Last year, despite the pandemic, Singapore remained 2% more expensive than New York, the base city for comparison, and on equal level with Osaka, though the rating dropped compared to 2019 data that Singapore was 7% more expensive than New York and 6% higher than Osaka for expatriates. Did you enjoy the video? Click like and then share and let others enjoy it too. And for more videos like this, hit subscribe and ring that notification bell to get the freshest updates. And we will see you in our next video.